So there's a woman on YouTube who made a video that's gone viral. Her name is Isis. She has a large channel with 60,000 subscribers, and her video that's gone viral, she's talking about the fact that she married a monster, the man that she married and the father of her children, sexually abused her two youngest daughters. One is 2, one is 4. On the video, she is crying, she's broken, and she expresses how she cannot believe or understand how this happened. I believe that she has mental illness. I believe that she has dependent personality disorder. It's a belief of mine. I'm not a healthcare professional, psychologist, or psychiatrist. I did go to school, and as an undergrad, I studied psychology, but I never graduated from college. I never got my bachelor's, and I definitely didn't go on to get my master's. I don't like the healthcare or mental health care system. I feel like it's broken. And while I probably could have done a lot of good things in that community when I was going to college, I was struggling with my own mental health and I needed to get help, so I couldn't really focus on my studies at that time. So maybe one day I'll go back to school. But anyway, people in our community, at least 75% of Americans struggle with mental illness, and things are only going to get worse. There are a lot of successful people on this platform that come out and their life is hell. Their life is hell. They're struggling. They're going through stuff because even though they have immense resources and what looks like conventional or what looks successful, which what is conventional success, even though they have those things, they haven't done into work and they don't have proper support when it comes to their own mental ailments. There are a lot of celebrities and people that are idolized, and these people are coming out with all types of things, skeletons in their closet, and you know, just we're hearing a lot of terrible things about people that have been idolized over the years. So I'm not surprised that an influencer like her is going through such a dark time. I expect for people, more and more people to come out and confess and admit to a lot of the things like their hellish experiences. Because it seems the world and where we're headed, it's only going to get more dark. Okay. It's not going to get better. It will get worse until, it gets better. So for those who are believers, you believe in God, you believe in a Messiah, like we're in dark times. So I'm not surprised that stuff like this is coming out, and there's going to be more and more successful, conventionally successful people on this platform coming out and telling their stories. And I think that um, I don't want to get wrapped up in shaming her. I understand that she struggles mentally. I grasp that and listening to her story, watching her videos, looking at what most of her content was about. Many of it was, it's just one red flag after the other. Okay, so seeing her content prior, and looking at where she is today, I assume that she's struggling with mental illness. I can't say 100% because I'm not a medical professional. I don't want to harass her and shame her because she did the right thing in acknowledging that there's abuse going on, uncovering what type of abuse was going on, removing her kids from the situation, and being truthful about what's transpired, and asking for help and being resourceful and working towards prosecuting him. That's not easy to do, but it's necessary and it's the right things to do. Out of the 70% of people in this country who are sexually abused when they're young, less than half of those, like only maybe a good 10 to 15% of those people, parents, listen to them. There's so many people who've been through abuse as children and their parents ignored them. So she did the right things in believing her daughter, and you know, making the right moves. But she found herself in this situation because of her own codependency and her own issues with mental health. So I would like for her to get the help that she needs, get the mental support that she needs, and be an advocate for people that's gone through abuse. Be a better support and, you know, stronger person for her kids, there's a lot of value in being alone. There's a lot of value in finding peace and solitude. I struggle with codependency. I got to a place where I'm like, I don't have to be in a relationship. I choose to be in one. I'm happy, but I don't have to be in one. And there's a difference, okay? People are online saying she's dumb. They're name calling, um, and just being aggressive and toxic as people do on the online. But for those who are more caring and responsible, I just hope that if you have the resources, I do not. As you see, I have a smaller channel. But if you have the resources, that you do help her in persecuting this man, and that you do guide or push her, urge her to get the proper help that she needs so that this will not happen again. She has other children, and it's a really sad situation. I thought to myself, if I battle with, whether or not I should make a video on this. But I felt like it's important to talk about. In my own life, I have had people approach me and say, this stranger is a decent man. He's a pastor with no record. And they truly believe that. And I'm thinking to myself, while he hasn't done anything for me to think that he's a terrible person, there's not enough evidence for me to know if he isn't. But if this is how I'm being approached, and this is what other people believe, they believe people of certain who have certain occupations that are high profile, that have certain assets and other things, they believe that they're decent people. That's kind of a problem. This is a person that does this type of work. And while that type of work is honorable, who they are in their personal life, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. And we have to teach children to have that type of discernment. And it's difficult to have when you have a traumatic, when you come from a place of trauma. All right, I said enough. Bye.